They were meant to come from Johannesburg, Brazzaville, Lagos and Abidjan. But thanks to the pandemic, their travel plans were thwarted. So the 8th edition of the Lomé International Fashion Festival had to recruit models from closer to home instead, with a handful also managing to travel to the Togolese capital from Ghana and Gabon. So what exactly does a modelling career in Africa look like?
In
Gabon, many girls dream of becoming a model. But unfortunately, it's not a highly regarded profession, and some families won't accept their daughters going into the industry. They prefer them to go to school. Doing modeling doesn't stop you from studying. I didn't stop going to school, for example. But yeah, some people really love the idea of being models, but they can't really talk about it openly because it's not considered a viable career option in Gabon. Modeling is a means of showing the value of African women. And it's also a way of getting away from things, of expressing yourself, of doing what you want and accomplishing what you want through the way you present yourself. It's not easy being a model in Togo. You need to really find a way to draw on your internal reserves. Whereas in the West, there are people who will sponsor you. Here you have to do everything yourself, and that includes finding a good agency to help free you.
We meet Céline Minet at her home just outside of Lomé, where she lives with her husband. She's been working as a model for the past 8 years. She wants to change perceptions of her industry.
I often say that women are stronger than men here. They're workers, fighters. I often hold up my mum as an example of that. 4 kids, no man at home. She brought us up on her own. I'm very proud of her. She's a real warrior. She worked day and night to bring us up. That's what it is to be a woman in Togo. Today, our Prime Minister, thwarted is a woman, and that's a real source of pride for us women. She's a great role model for women. She's proof that women are strong, that they can claim their place in the world. We have something to say.
Céline Minet is also a casting agent for this year's edition of the Togo International Fashion Festival. She takes her responsibilities seriously.
In Africa, we're not generally as slim as women in Europe, where the average size is 32 or 34. Most models here are more like a 36 or a 38. We mix it up a bit. I like girls who are over 1.74 m. That's the minimum height. And we want them tall, natural, beautiful and fit.
According to the festival's founder, Jacques Logo, diversity is also a key consideration when casting models. He says he wants to use his platform to question the status quo.
We want to send a message. We want everyone to understand that, across much of Africa, homosexuality is still illegal, especially here in Togo. So we want to send a message through this model called Alexandra. It's not because of who they are that we're going to marginalize her or traumatize her, but instead support her. Just because she feels comfortable presenting as a man, it doesn't have to mean she's lesbian, not at all. Life is about choice.
On stage, Sefofo Badasu goes by the name Alexandra Magic Seth. She's made a name for herself as an androgynous model and entrepreneur.
In Togo, it's quite rare to find people who self-identify as androgynous. I haven't really come across anyone else. I often see tomboys, but they're not quite androgynous. That is, people who emphasize both male and female characteristics. Society says that women have to wear dresses, that you need to be feminine. But I embrace both sides. My photo shoots tend to be more masculine because it's more fun to me. I love masculine styling, so I play with that.
So what does wider society make of it?
Attitudes do change, but slowly. At the beginning, people said, she'll change with time, her feminine side will blossom eventually because she's a woman and that's how nature works. With my family, accepting that wasn't the case came step by step. It took real time for my mum to accept it, because she'd always wanted a pretty, glamorous daughter. But my wardrobe is essentially filled with men's clothes. But she did come around to it all eventually. But what I find especially hard is when people speak about you really loudly, when they're close to you, hoping you'll hear them. Some of them even openly ask questions about which gender I am. That happens every day. Every day it's like, is that a woman or a man? Who is that?
The answer, quite simply, a person who loves fashion and who embraces the thing that makes them unique.